make something clear, yeah? And I just want to make one thing clear, yeah? When we're talking about God, you said his nature, because you said God can do whatever he likes, right?
God
Okay.
can do.
Can God cease to exist? I asked you. Do you remember?
You did, yeah.
You said he cannot.
No.
So you've now limited. You've given a condition to God. You've said he can do whatever he likes, but he cannot cease to exist because that's not in his nature, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about his nature. In his nature, do you believe God is infinite?
Yeah, God is infinite.
Okay. Do you believe if he's infinite, he has to be independent?
What do you mean independent?
Independent, free of any need.
Yeah, he's free.
Okay, good. We've established who God is, his nature. Okay, let's move to Jesus. Jesus was a man.
He became a man.
No problem. He became a man.
Yeah.
Okay.
He became a man.
He's
God.
He's God. Okay, we'll come to that. Is he finite?
Who? Jesus. As a man, he's finite. Okay. Yes.
Is he dependent?
As a man, he becomes dependent.
Okay, good. So now we've established God, his nature, infinite and independent. We have established Jesus as a man, finite and dependent.
No, yes,
now
he became a man.
No problem. No. He came. The transition. We need you to bring evidence to that. Now, how logically and rationally does an independent? Please listen carefully. How does it rationally and logically an independent, infinite being become dependent and finite? That's all I want to know.
Yeah, because it become a man. I'm saying that the divine.
You.
I'm saying that that the divine not only is he infinite, but he's omnipresent, all powerful.
That's a contradiction.
Not a contradiction.
It's like me saying
if he's all powerful and he's divine,
then
he can create. He can create outside himself, out of nothing.
I know that. I never said he can't. But he doesn't become his creation.
No, he can become a creation if he's still God.
No, hear me out.
He can assume
look at what you just said.
A being.
Look at what you just said.
Yeah.
He can become his creation. Listen. Let's just pause it. He can become his creation if he's.
Creation.
Listen, please. It's very crucial what you said. Mm-hmm. He can become his creation if he is God. Yes. Do you understand the pinnacle of contradiction? Like, what you're saying is, he is God, and to show he's God, he becomes his creation. If I said to you, my friend became a dog, and you said, well, that doesn't rationally, logically follow, I go, no. And you say to me, how? And I go, he just did. He was a man and he became a dog. It doesn't follow. So when you say he's independent and infinite, which I agree, I'm with you, we're on the same page. And then you say that he transitioned, like we live in today where people transition to a woman, a man, non-binary, statue, tree. You're telling me now, like we're talking about, look, 1 second. We're talking about transitions. Yeah, people transition to a lot of stuff. Now you're telling me God transitioned into a man.
No.
That's crazy.
No, he didn't transition.
How?
Listen, the divine nature cannot change. As God is divine.
You said he did.
No, I said he didn't.
You said he changed to become a man.
Divine nature cannot change. He became a man. Therefore, he assumes a human nature. He assumes a human nature, but yet still is divine. That divinity doesn't change. He is all powerful. He is still everywhere. He's still
the divine nature, which is infinite and independent. Yes. Was that in Jesus when he lived on earth?
Yes.
1 second. Okay. Look, let's understand infinite. How do you fit infinite? Sorry, bro. How do you fit infinite in a finite creation?
I couldn't tell you that.
Please,
God can.
Please tell me. No. Look. What you're telling me is God can. How does it? Look. Infinite means no beginning, no end.
Yeah, but God.
Look.
But God is.
What's your name?
Byron.
My name's Ali. Yeah. Byron.
Okay.
How does an infinite being fit in? Look. Listen carefully. Listen to what I'm saying because it's like it's as if you're answering just for the sake of it.
No, I'm not.
How does an infinite being has no beginning or end fit into something that is created?
Yeah. It didn't say. Right. So the divine being, the Son, is everywhere still. Yet also he is also in his creation, in the person Christ. So it's a spirit. Christ, God is spirit. Oh no, God is spirit. Oh, let me listen. So God is spirit. So there's no limitation where God is. There's no limitation.
Okay,
That's infinite.
Okay, can God make a rock so big that he can't lift?
No.
Why are you giving limits to God?
Yeah, but I also said about limitation within his nature.
No, but you're giving him limits because if you said God can do whatever he likes, why are you stopping him from?
What he likes to do good. What he likes is in his nature. He doesn't like to do evil.
Okay,
He doesn't like
does
to
God-
do.
does God like
he
to be-
doesn't like to do a contradiction.
Okay, does
Do you
God like
understand
to be
what I'm saying?
finite?
What do you mean?
Okay, do you think in God's nature, would he like to be dependent on something else?
God likes.
You're not answering my question.
All right, no. I'm trying to say that God has become man for a purpose.
Okay, would God in his nature want to become limited?
Yes, he would for the sake of mankind because he loves mankind.
One second.
He'd become a man.
1 second.
To save
Do you
man.
understand how you're contradicting yourself?
I'm
You're
not
saying
contradicting myself.
infinite, independent, unlimited,
And he still remains it.
but in his nature,
Okay.
he became limited, dependent, and finite.
Right.
Do you realize this is the reason why? Do you realize, Brian?
Do you
This is
know-
the reason why
No.
millions of people are leaving
No.
Christianity.
Right.
Do you realize that?
No. Do you know?
Because it makes no damn sense.
Okay, that makes sense. But do you know when we believe that Jesus is a man and finite and he's limited, that he also
you said he's infinite in his name.
Hold on, that's what I'm going to say. He's also everywhere, and he's also the God that is coding on the universe. So this is what we believe. We
Do
don't.
you realize that doesn't make no sense?
It might not make no sense, but that is what we believe.
Thank you.
We might-
Thank you. Now,
In terms
now we're talking.
in
Now
terms
you
of
say.
sense, if you're going to try to say, how do I work out how can the creator become man?
Yeah.
I'm not going to think. I
Okay,
don't know.
No
but,
problem. So
but
you
to
agree
say-
that it doesn't make sense, but you believe it.
in a sense, I would say,
it's fine.
yeah, I can't make sense of it.
That's fine.
I would say I can't make sense of it.
No, I can't make
but to
sense of
say-
it. It's
but-
senseless.
No, it's not senseless. The thing about it's not senseless because it has a rationality. If God is all powerful, unique, and can do what he can within his nature.
No. You said he cannot make a rock so big he can't lift.
but I said
You said he
within
cannot
his
cease to
nature.
exist.
Yeah, but he wouldn't do a contradiction. He wouldn't.
So
he wouldn't
it's
do
not.
something that's
So
a
it's not,
contradiction.
Brian. It's not a contradiction that a unlimited God chooses to become limited and change his nature. Do you
No,
read?
it's not, it's not.
Do you realize, Brian, when he becomes limited, he's not in his own nature anymore? Do you realize that?
No, he is still in his nature.
Brian.
Nature.
But
God's nature cannot change.
No. Listen.
God's nature cannot
Listen.
change.
Listen.
There's no change in God.
Then how does his nature is independent? You're telling me his nature cannot change,
Yeah.
but the independent nature became dependent.
No.
Has that changed or not?
No, the divine nature never changes.
Has it gone from
It's-
independent to dependent?
No, it hasn't. The divine nature always remains the same.
Was Jesus-
However, that all-powerful nature can also assume a human body, which is a soul and a body. So that person,
A body that poos.
that person,
A body that poos.
No, a person
Does a body poo?
excretes.
Yes, and goes to the toilet.
Which God is good.
So it's good for God.
No, it's good for mankind. When
1
you
second.
excrete, it's good for kind.
Jesus went to
We
the
eat
toilet.
yeah.
Jesus went to the toilet.
Right, yeah.
So in other words,
Yeah.
God went to the toilet.
God went to the toilet as a man.
I'm finished.
So I
I'm
say-
finished.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Good.
There's,
Okay.
Thank you very much. And
All
this is the reason why, thank you very much for your time.
All right, okay.
This is the reason why millions of people are leaving Christianity. You know why? The amount of Christians that come to Islam, I ask them a very simple question. What's the reason? The main reason they say is because the Trinity doesn't make sense. You have just heard for yourself the pinnacle of insult to God. God went to the toilet. Imagine that for a second. God Almighty went to the toilet. This is preposterous. This is crazy. Yani, you're Majnoon. You have 55 jinns inside you to say this. Minimum, you need 55 jinns inside you. This is absolutely crazy. And this is the reason why people are flocking to Islam. Because it makes so damn sense. It's very simple. There's one God. There is nothing like him. He's infinite. He's independent and free of all need. And our Christian brothers in humanity, as long as they believe this, people, wallahi, there are millions of people leaving Christianity because it makes no damn sense. The guy goes, God went to the toilet. Thank you very much, guys.